In this session, I'm going to tell you how to add and collect the coins and also how to convert the coin to the potion. And we have the UI for that. For example, we have this amount of coin and we have this amount of potion. Every 10 coins give one potion and I convert that. You see we have 37 potions and this has been decreased to 9. Okay, now let's go and add our coin. So let's make the coin in the Photoshop very quickly. So the size is 128 in 128, for example, and um, it's very simple. Just a circle with the golden color and no stroke. The color is not good. Um, what is that? I think that's better. And, or you can duplicate it, Control T, and bring something in here. Change the color to something a little bit darker. Oh, I don't want to say merge shape because if you merge shape, that would be something like this. So make one of them rasterized and merge them. And now, for example, give it a stain. If you want, say 90-degree. Something like this. And let me decrease the size because I want to give it a glow. To see the glow better, I'm going to make it black. And then go here. And the outer glow would be this color. I think that's good. And export it. Let me do that. So here is my coin. I think it's too big. Okay, imagine we have that, and then add a, close this, add a circle collider, 2D. That's all that we need, and make this is trigger. And you can add it as coin if you want that the player collect that. But if they give the code to this, and if it's collide to enemy, then you don't need that. So it depends. You can add tag because there are not lots of things that is. For the potion, did we need? Okay, we have this. Let me check that for the potion. Yes, we get for the potion a tag, so we give this also a tag. And yeah, that is ready. And now let's animate that. I directly can animate that because I'm not going to change the transform of that, the position, because if I do that, I have to make it a child of another game object. But as I want to only scale it, so I can directly animate it. And let me go to animation. I have props. No, I don't have props. And just this. And the only thing I want to do is, okay, this is looking like this, and then here, make it bigger, and then make it small again. Something like this. Let's write our code. Let's go to the collection that we had before, player collection. This was for the health potion. As I want to, yes, again, we can also add the coins here. I added here. Something like exactly this. If this is coin, then I should have a private int coin amount. At first it is 0. Decided we have it here. And here instead of potion we say coin. For the clip we add another thing. Say coin sound. And the clip would be coin sound. And then that. And then for this saving I have, for example, coin and coin number. And destroy that. And for the UI, update coin UI, which will later add a text. Control D, coin text. For example, somewhere in the canvas, we're adding that. So that would be coin. What's the name? I just coin text and coin amount and something like this. So very easy. So I go to player and collection. On the coin collection, there is coin sound, and I want to give it the, I think I have a, yes, coins. And for the text, I want that my coin number be here, shown in here. Or I can show it here. So let's go to canvas and add a panel. Panel coin. Might duck this to the top, and here I'll add a text. And yes. For example, this. Oh, this is lots of coin. So, and I say best fit, max number. Do not do that with this, and you might remember why I say that, because the quality of the text would be very bad. Change it from here so the quality is good. I think that the number is good and readable, and so we have this, and I want to duck that to the right. And also I add an image, which is here, duck that to the left, and go to art, props. I add the coin here. So here we know what the number is related to. That is related to the coin. So image coin. You can make it a little bit. So here it is, and this is, and let's go to this and make this. If I do that, that would be very ugly. So let me bring them out of this. TXT coin. And you can also make a UI for that. For example, give it another picture. Um, like this. Let me say. PG, no. I think, for example, give this background. So that is kind of rounded here. I think that's good. Or you can make it, for example, white. Yeah, that's better. And let's go there and delete it, because right now there's nothing, and I want that it be dynamically updated. If I go to player collection, there's a text. So which text? This text. All right. So now let's play. Here, you have to fix that. Update the coin UI. And also add that in the start. Yes, here. And also don't forget that you load the number of the coin. Get in, it was coin, and so when the game is loaded, uh, it just shows the number of the coin. If this is zero by default, it means if you have not collected anything, it will show you zero. But if you had, for example, previously you collected 10 coins, then at the beginning of the game, it will load the previous amount of coin you had. No, not this. We want coin amount. So always check when you're like me copy and pasting things. So let's double check that things are working correctly. I think this time things are good. Okay, we previously gave it that. So No problem, now this is fixed, but those 22s was because of the potion. But now, everything is returned to normal, and those numbers are just for the before. So I have 28 coins, and if I play again, it should be 28. 28, something like this. So this is working, and this is separate from this and that. We collected the coin, so what? We have to be able to do something with that, right? You can use the coin to buy things in your game, and also convert, for example, coin to potion. Other options are that, for example, when the player is dead and you want to revive him, he has to spend the coins. Alright, but now we want to cover the topic of how to convert the coin to health potion. And I can say, for example, for every 10 coin, I'll have one potion. So let's write the code. And we need to make an icon so that we open the window. When I click on that, a window will be appeared. So make something like this. Okay, that it shows that we can convert that to this, and we want to use this as a button. So let's go and export that as a PNG file. And also need that a window appear. And it's better that it has some, has consistency with this UI. So every UI element is not in with different color. So I make the size as this. And I think the color there in here, just make it a little bit brighter than that. And use this. And if you want to make it a little bit more beautiful, you can add something like, for example, you have this, make it darker. In the new layer. Uh, Control T, flip vertical. And put it on top. And for them, you can merge them and give it a stroke. And the stain. And then duplicate that layer. And rotate it 90%. So we had something like this, and merge them as well. For example, I can put it here to make it a little bit nicer. And duplicate that, Control T, Flip horizontal. You know what I mean? You know, something they put in on the margins. We have this, and then we go to uh, here, and I can. Where is that? Something that I have. I think it was there. Put it there. Um, or you can just say convert coin to potion. And also, you can have a text that describes what it does. For example, you can say, okay, every um, 10 coin, wait, it's like that. Yes, 10 coins equal to one uh, potion. Oh, potion. You can also add it. It's better that you design it here so you know when, for example, you're in the game, you know what do you want. And you can have different approaches. For example, you have, let me show you here. For example, you have 32 coins, okay? You want that to convert all of them to potion. So how many of them you'll have? You will have, um, let me go there and fix the vertical. Okay. So you have 30 coin equals to 3 potion, and 2 coin will remain. Or you can, for example, say, okay, each time I um, press on convert, only 1 potion is added and 22 coins remain. You'll have different approaches, but now I want that all the coins be converted into potion, and everything that remains, okay, this is considered as, okay, remaining coin that will be shown here. And the added potion would be added to the potion number here. So that is one of the ways. And don't forget to, and for the convert potion, you can add a any color that is distinct. For example, green. And inside that we say convert. And yes, so we have this and you want to import them. It's better that you individually import this, but let me make it as one picture. This. Just press shift and drag them and say, okay, merge layers. That is the icon that is on top. And this and this And let me merge them as well. I can even make it more beautiful. Press on that and on the text. Go to blending option and give it a stroke, for example. Yes, that's good. Okay, and this text and this, merge them. Where is the merge button? Where is the merge button? I don't see. On the text for text, you cannot merge that with this. You have to bring both of them into separate thing, layer, and export them. Okay. But now, okay, I exported individually. Okay, I have exported them all in here and do something like this. Now in the UI, um, make a panel and call it panel convert. And decrease the size. And you have an image as a PG, which is this one. Set native site. And yes, it be docked in the middle. All right, and then in the PG we also have another image that is this one. I go there and give the image, for example, sides, and I give that one. And make sure it is docked here. And control duplicate that or control D and side left. That should be docked here. And also change, I think it's yes, -1. So there you have it. And also what do we have here? We have that thing. Also add the image. For example, what what happened? What is this? Call it title, which is this one. Um, Dock that here. And you have the explanation here, so we need another UI image. That is the explain. And you have the image, so you can make a text and write it yourself, but no problem, you can also use that, which is the um, amount image. Okay, you have this. And what do we have here? Ah, the convert. And now at the bottom, btn convert, which has this shape. Set native size, yes. Destroy the text and add an image there. So just convert. So you'll have something like this. You can have option, for example, you can show the number of coins you already have, something like that. But you already see the number of the coins. So I make it, I think that's the BG. Why I put them out? Because if I do that, all of them are distorted. So I put them out. I make this very big so we can also use in other parts of the project. That's why I make that big. So as you see, do you see the highlights? So check the size according to them. Something like that. And then what do we have there? The PG, you had this. So I think that's good. And the panel is very big. Change the size as well. Mm. And then ah, give it to that. Make it white. You'll have something like this. If you want, you can make that a little bit bigger, bring it down. It's up to you. Also for that, you can add, let me tell you which one I mean. No, it's a pattern overlay. I think it was there. Yes, decrease the opacity. I mean that you can make it more beautiful, or something that has the this one. You can add this one, so it wouldn't be very plain. Let me increase the opacity for that. I think it's more beautiful. So I brought it here, and I want to change that to the BG. I think that's better. Okay, now this is the convert button that does nothing. And they must be, yes, event system good. Okay, so the window should not be opened always. So it had to be deactivated. And then when I press on the coin icon, which I didn't add it, then that should be opened. So let's go and make the coin as well. The coin. No. Okay, imagine we have this, and I say convert menu, and I dock that to this side, and the picture was this. Yeah. Yes. Mm, but I don't want that directly. Change that. So I make it to none, because I also want to add the menu that takes me to the main menu and or stop the game or exit the game. So I think that I have to make the UI image and then add that here, delete them. And that is the convert menu. Um, which is better that be a button, because I want to click on that and be button. Yes, I can add a button to this, but this is faster. This one. So I have a button, and height, and give into that. Says native site. No, that's not native site. Size. Add its. Let me delete the text. Yeah, I think that it is fine. If it's too small, you can make this bigger. Later, we also add the icon for the game. For example, to exit the game or go into main menu. Bring it down. I think that's good. Let's remove the white thing. Yeah, so that is beautiful. I had to add a code to that this activates this. All right. And also here, when it is open, I want to close that. So we have to add that here as well. I forgot. So you have the background, give it a bottom. For example, here, the back. Best fit. And did we have any UI for that? Because, or let's make a UI button or, you know, for the buttons we have. Okay. And then add it here. So in this place, instead of back, I have this and drag and drop it here. Set native. Hmm. Oh, that's too big. So for example, if you don't want to do anything, just looking at that, but you don't want to convert, they just put this thing and press on this button, and this is closed. This window is closed. And let me say btn exit Then let's go and write the code, for example, from here. And I think it is very ugly. So instead, it's better that you have a bottom, you kind of make it look like a bottom, you know? There's some dark thing in the middle, so they know that, okay, this is a bottom. And make the whole opacity less, so it wouldn't obscure the field of view. I think that's good. Now let's begin. This is your option. This is your decision that which style to choose. So let's go. Let's go and write the code for opening. When I click on that, this will be activated. So let's go to script, and for the UI, and I say convert icon. So I want to get this to activate and deactivate that. So I say serialize fill private game object, and I say panel convert, something that um, makes sense for you. So here, for example, I want to make a method, say public void open panel. I just say panel convert that set active true. Then I go here. You can make, for example, an action for, let me bring it here, script player movement. You can add the action for that, but I'm going to tell you another way to open that. So that is the menu here. This is the bottom, and I use the unclick of that. So when I click on that, something happens. So that's it, and the code is here, and I give it to the, where was that? Convert menu. Okay, and here, do not drag it here. Drag something that has a code that is itself even. Or, and here, and the function is something that you have made here. Open panel, and it has to be public. So it be shown here, open panel. Which panel? This panel. Okay, and always make it not active. And before I run the game, I also want to add that thing to, for example, close this game object. So I go to, no, this doesn't have the code. Okay, I can write another code for that. For example, close panel. And I exactly say something that I had here to here. So let it compile. So the close panel is this, okay? And I say close panel and set it to false. What? A namespace cannot be same as, it cannot be the same as that. So can I close close the panel. Okay, so be careful for the naming. and I give this code to this btn or any game object, and yes, this panel, and unclick this and close the panel. Okay, at first this is deactivated. Now when I click on that, this appears. When I close that, that will be closed. Okay, and no, nothing. So yeah, it works properly, and you see that it is activated and deactivated. Now let's go to this part and convert these coins to potion. All right. Let's make a script and call it convert potion to coin. Actually, convert coin to potion. Coin. And then open that. Here in the start, we have to get the number of for example, the amounts of health potion and the coin potion. So I need them. Where is this? Okay. Now I have them. They are integer. So I say private int something that we had here. Okay, you have this. Okay, I have them. Now I write a function public void convert coin to potion. So we have to check that do we have enough potion? For example, we had, I think, 31 potion. But what if we have, for example, 9 potion? Then it shouldn't convert. So we check if coin amount is less than 10, then it should give us an error. To show the error, so I make a text message, serialized field, private text, and I need to include Unity Engine UI, text, error text. Okay, where to show the error? For example, here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. And go to UI and text txt error. Make it come here. Middle. Best fit. Increase the width and height. And make the color red as it is showing an error. Yeah. And say not enough coins. And this text is not active by default. Yes, and give it to that. So put your text here and say, okay, if there is less than 10 coin, say this that set active. Why this is not working? Oh, this is text. So let me make it a game object. So we can say set active true. Now, as I want to test that, we already have 31 coins. So I'd make it for T just to see that how it works. And also, I want that it will be deactivated after, for example, 1 second. So I say private enumerator deactivate then I say yield return new, wait for second. For example, after 1 second, the error text will be deactivated. True. I make it false. And I say start quarantine and put it here. And here, on click, don't forget to add your code. It was convert coin to potion, something that we have here. And let's play the game. I say convert and I say not enough coins. So look at this, activated, and after 1 second it is deactivated because it is less than 40. So this works, and now I return it to 10 if it's less than that. Else, then I say, okay, this is more than 10. Then we have something like this. Okay, divide by 10. What does it mean? It means that, for example, I have 31 coins. If this is divided by 10, yes, I have 3 coins. And what remains? 1 coin. Okay? So it tries its best to be divided by 10. And whatever that remains, 31 minus 30 would be 1. So that is the amount of the coin that I have. So I say int, for example, after coin. If I don't say anything, it means private. So I say after coin. What is this? After coin, yes. Is equal to that, which is 1. Because we have 31 coins. So I want to save that here. Then I say PlayerPref. Set int. My keyboard sometimes. Set int coin. Okay, whatever remains, save that. And we have int new potion added. Here, new potion added. The number of potions that have been converted is coin amount divided by 10. 31 divided by 10 is, if I want a whole number, it is 3. So 3 potions have been added and 1 has been remained, which is saved here. Now, I want to save this as well. Save the amount of potion. Okay? Set int. But I cannot directly say that because I had, I think, 22 potions before, so only 3 have been added. So I have to, whatever potion that I had previously, I have to say whatever I had plus the new potion that has been added. For example, I have 22 and now I have 3, and then add them and then save them. Okay? For simplicity, I can add another variable and say, okay, int all potions, and say is this, and add this one. Okay, it's been inside the code, but it doesn't automatically update this or this. So I had to somehow go to the player code. Oh, let me close some of them so it wouldn't. Where is the collection? Let me go to the player collection. Okay. So I have to have access to that so they would be updated. The text. So again, I have to load the amount because the something that has been saved has been changed. Private player collection. Player collection, and this is equal to find object of type player collection. That is another way to call a script. Okay, especially if you have just one of them. And here I have to make them public, and also this as public, so I can call it from that function. And to get the value, actually I had to say something like that in there, not here. Update potion is this. Okay, save, because I have saved them and then I load it and put it here. Mm, coin amount, okay. So here I say player collection dot update coin UI when you convert, and also up player collection dot update potion UI. So that's it. Now let's go and test the game. I open that, press convert. You see that now I have 1 coin. And how much was that? So I just added that. The potions have been added to that. Okay. Now I can, after that, I can close this. Okay, let me say serialized field, private game object, panel, convert. I said, okay, just deactivate that. After you convert it, that sets active to false. And we don't need that. Get to give it to this. I open that. Okay, it said not enough coins. But there might be problem. For example, let me where is the coin? Let me control D. Imagine that we have lots of coin here in the same spot. So when I collect that, I have large amount of coins. So I can again test the collecting. Okay, I have 25 here. I have 24 potions. It is converted. 2 has been added. And do you notice that there's no error or anything? It's just closed. It doesn't, because it only gets the value only in the a start function. If you activate or deactivate an object, it doesn't mean that the start function is going to again happen. Yes, it is deactivated, but the start function doesn't happen again when you activate it. So it's better that you add it here again. So it would read the value again and fix the problem. And it's better that you use this less, so it would be performance friendly. But for the sake of this tutorial, so that you understand what it exactly do, I just use them. So now I have less than 8. It doesn't allow me to convert. Now I have 29. I convert and it works. And again, it works perfectly fine. I have 39. Okay, I have this. And 2 should add to this and 5 should remain. I convert. You see, there's also a problem here. This is solved, but not this. Unless that I go and run the game again. So the start function does this again. Doesn't do anything. So let's also bring it here. As it only is performed once in a game, and when you want to do that, there's no problem. You can. It's not really heavy performance. I'm sorry, I mean this. And add it here. So it is saved there, and then you have this, and now let's try that. So now I have 30 potions, and this. Now I have 32. Now it should be 34. Let's see if it does that. Yes, it is working, and this is working as well. Now the conversion works correctly. There are various other ways that you can use that, but I told you a way that is, you know, fine. Now let's check if I consume this, does it, and then I convert, does it work or not? You should always test your game and try to debug it in every possible way. Because something might work at the beginning, but when something happens in the game is kind of buggy. So make sure that there is no bug. So I convert that. I drink that. Now I have 30. And again, I convert that. Yes, that works properly.